Hello my beauties, today I have come up with the underpainting technique. You guys, my reels and my shorts are going viral with the underpainting technique and I've been getting lots of requests to make a full video on underpainting technique. So this is the makeup look that we have created, and if you want to learn the most easy which gives the very natural finish to the makeup, in just 10 minutes you can do this makeup look. And if you want to learn, please keep on watching the video. Before we move on to the technical part of underpainting technique, let us understand which kind of products to use for underpainting. Starting with the blush, because it is the first thing that we are going to use. So either you can use the cream blushes or the liquid blushes or the jelly tint like the water tint which we get. You can use any of those. And if you don't have any of those cream blushes or liquid blushes, you can use a liquid lipstick or a bullet lipstick, which I'll make a short or a Instagram reel for it, so you can learn from that as well. All right. Second thing is you can use either cream contours or the liquid contours, which I have been constantly using in my reels. It depends on you what kind of look you want, but I prefer a little darker contours on my skin rather than a very light contours, which I can show you that this contour from Fenty Beauty is a very light contour. It's not good that you are using it for underpainting. You need to have a little darker contour, which Charlotte Tilbury contour one is much better for it. As you can see, it has got some kind of a warmth to it, as well as it is going to give you a contrast while we are going to perform the underpainting from contour, concealer, blush to the foundation. So it's gonna look really good. Third thing is to use a very light base foundation or a skin tint, which I'm using Maybelline skin tint, and you can also use e.l.f. Halo Glow or Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter.
These are only for those who like a very minimal base for daily routine, but I prefer a very light,
thin consistency foundations like Giorgio Armani or House Labs foundation. Sometimes you have seen me using NARS light reflecting foundation or Charlotte Tilbury foundation. And mind you, some of my reels are having this white pigment on my face. Actually, I'm using Dior Face and Body foundation. This is a very, you can say 2-3 shades darker than my skin tone. That's why I'm mixing with this pigments on my face itself, because ultimately you're going to blend everything together and it's not gonna be visible when you have a complete look made out of it. Oh wait, you can also use stick foundations, which I have one from Makeup Forever, one from Huda Beauty, the other one is from Tom Ford. You can use any of those cream foundations. That too I'm going to show you in my next video because it's gonna be way too large, way too big for this underpainting technique. Today we are just going to use a liquid foundation, and someday I'll make you use the stick foundation. That is for another day. So let's begin the tutorial. So for my skin prep, I've used Aveeno moisturizer and I'm wearing a lip balm. That's it. I'm not going to use a primer or anything as such. We are directly venturing into the blush. Today I'm using Love Earth blush in the shade Never Say Never. This is my most used blush, and look how much I've used till now. I mean, I've been using it for past 1 year and there's no single dent over here. So this blush is going to last you forever and ever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip this brush into this like this and take a huge amount of blush, because that's the thing, that if you want a natural looking blush finish onto your face, you are gonna have lots of blush and very minimal amount of foundation or a concealer to it. So let's start to begin. I'm putting onto the apple of my cheek like this and slowly building up the blush intensity. That's the thing, that you have to build up the blush intensity. Since it's a cream blush, it's not gonna leak or move any other place. So I'm just placing it over here and taking up till the temples like this. So as you can see, I'm using the whole cheek for this technique. All right, that's how you're going to apply the blush. Sorry for my voice today, I'm not feeling that good because we just had rains for a week and my throat is throwing some tantrums, you know. So I'm placing it starting from below the eyes and taking up till the temples. Just fill your cheeks with the blush because I absolutely love the way my skin looks like after doing the whole procedure of underpainting. I'm placing it onto my nose as well and developing the intensity on this side as well. Like, look at that. This blush is really good. If you want to invest into a drugstore or a really high performing blush, I would recommend you to have a look at Love Earth blushes. They are just so cheap and they are so long lasting. It's gonna give you effect. Like, even if you're not doing the underpainting technique, this blush is going to give you really beautiful effect onto your cheeks. So before someone comes into our video and comment like I'm looking like a clown, just wait till the last step because it's gonna look bomb.com. So now I'm going to move on with the highlighter. I'm using Becca highlighter. This is a liquid highlighter. This company is not available anymore because it has gone bankrupt, but you can use any liquid highlighter like the Cover FX highlighter. Let me show it to you. You can use Iconic London or Nika highlighter, or you can use the NYX liquid highlighter. Our highlighters made by MAC Cosmetics. You can also use these pigments as the highlighter for underpainting technique. So basically you need to have a liquid highlighter for it. Becca Champagne Pop highlighter. I'm taking just a tiny dot. I'm taking the eyeshadow brush and I'm going to dip it in and start to apply it on the highest points of my cheeks like this. You can use anything to apply your highlighter. It's not required that you are going to use the same brushes, the same products just to get this effect. I'm teaching you the technique, so learn the technique and don't worry about the products. You can utilize any other products available to you. All right, so I've applied it onto the highest part of my cheeks like this and onto the side of my temples like this. All right, and start to apply it onto this side as well. This highlighter from Becca, I've been using it for such a long time. It is 45 ml bottle, so you can understand how much product they have it in single bottle. You can use Iconic London as well. That product I'm yet to use, but I'm going to order that soon. So I'm applying it onto my nose as well like this. I'm not taking much because we are going to place the concealer on top of it as well. Right now it's time to place the concealer. I'm using Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This concealer spreads a lot. It has got so much of pigment, so I'm just wiping it off onto the bottle, and now I'm going to apply it at the inner corners like this and little bit over here at the central part of my forehead. This step is just the same as the regular makeup steps, but I'm placing the concealer, blush, highlighter before we apply the foundation. So we are just placing the concealer at places we need a little bit of highlighting. So I'm placing it at the side of the nose because that part is having a little bit of sagginess. So I'm trying to remove that sagginess. So I'm going to apply a little bit at the sides of the lips to lift up the sorry, I'm really sorry, to lift up this area like this. Now we are going to let our concealer dry a little bit onto the places where we have applied. Till that time we are going to use the contour. Up till now I have been using the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand, but now I've got a new product which is Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is in the shade 8 Deep. This is the most deepest shade and I love this product as a contour on my face. So let me show it to you how it performs. I know this is a highlighter, but I'm using the pigments for contouring. So I'm placing a dot over here in the straight line at the end of our eyes, and we are going to drag up till the starting of our ears. So I'm going to place it like this. All right, and we're going to place it over here in the jaws as well. I'm placing the dot over here and dragging upwards till the starting of the ears and onto our jaws like this. Little bit of our products onto our forehead, like I'm creating a C shape over here because my forehead is way too big and I like to contour it so that it looks a little smaller, you know. So now it's the time to blend our contour first and then the concealer, because till the time when we come to the concealer, it has become little dry, little thick, so that it gives more coverage than usual. So starting from here, I'm just trying to dab it, and I'm not using a very aggressive way of blending the contour. I'm just doing this. All right, onto this side as well, small little patting motion or a dabbing motion, right? See how beautifully this product is blending out. I mean, look at that. If you are in search of a nice contour, I would recommend you to use Hollywood Flawless Filter. The contour over here, I'm trying to place it near the hairline, and I'm not dragging it downwards because we have already applied the concealer over there, right? Now it's time to blend our double chin, and I'm holding my ears like this to create a chiseled jawline like this, right? And onto this side as well, I'm placing it underneath my jaws, not above. All right, so when you are looking at from the sides, my jaws are going to look very much chiseled. Okay, that's it. We are not going to place a contour on our nose because we already applied a lot of products onto our nose, so we are going to skip that part. Now is the time to blend our concealer. So I'm using a small fluffy brush, and I'm going to just tap it onto the place which I have applied our concealer like this, and onto our nose bridge. All right, sides of the nose like this. And don't worry if you are not blending it out perfectly, because this is the semi stage of blending. I'm going to place the concealer on all over my cheeks like this before we move on to the eyes, the under eyes. Okay, so now I'm going to blend the under eyes, and I'm dragging it till here like this. You can see that I've created the lifting effect over here with the concealer. Onto this side as well, I'm placing it underneath my eyes like this. The brush is already loaded with concealers which I have previously used, so it's not helping me much. I'm not using the fresh brushes today because I didn't get time to wash them off. Anyhow, we are now at this stage of getting this kind of makeup. Don't worry, we are going to blend everything out in a bit. Now I'm going to use my most trustworthy foundation, Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. I've got just the last bits of it over here, so I'm taking, look, it's not coming out, but let's finish this baby before I open my new bottle. So I've taken just this much amount of foundation. I'm going to apply little bit over here where there is no product onto my cheeks area over here. All right, so I'm just placing little bit of foundation over here, little bit over here, and on this part as well, near to our nose area. Alright, now it's time to blend the whole thing that we have been applying till now with the buffing brush, and I'm going to start from here and then I'll move upwards. I'm not going to deposit much of the foundation onto this cheek area, but I'm just going to blend it out seamlessly. So watch. See, this is how you're going to blend. You're not going to place much of the foundation over here and blend onto this part as well. Just go over the contour which we have applied and onto the concealer as well for that seamless finish. Alright, now look at the difference on this side. Okay, here we need a little bit of blending and dragging it down. Okay, now see, onto this side and this side. So this is the most fastest way to apply the makeup. If I'm putting a timer on, I can finish this makeup in just 10 minutes and I'm good to go out with a very natural base. Okay, so keep that thing in mind. If you are an office goer or you are a college student, you can finish this makeup off in 10 minutes. I'm not bragging my skills over here, but I'm telling you, this is the most easiest way to apply the natural makeup onto our face. So I'm dragging it down like this onto my neck, right? Moving on to setting our base, I'm going to use Chanel powder and I'm taking in the shade 30. And what I'm going to do is, where's my brush, man? Here it is. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my brush into this and I'm taking a bit over here onto my lid, and now I'm going to see if I'm having any crease over here. I'm going to remove it with my fingers. And now I'm going to place my powder over here like this, and I'm going to place it all over my face. Look at that. This powder is growing on me, guys. I absolutely love the effect and the lasting power of this powder. Although it doesn't have that yellow tint which we get in Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder, but this powder is really nice, right? And we are placing it everywhere, onto this side as well. I'm just taking out those creases and placing our powder over here. So this is the base we have got. As you can see, there is a shine over here, little bit of blush over here, the contour is here. It is perfectly blended. There are no distinct lines of a blush and a highlighter and a contour. It's looking very seamless, very ethereal and very normal. If you are using a setting spray, you can apply it at this stage. I don't apply setting sprays because it makes my makeup a little more greasy than usual, but you can completely, it's up to you guys. So now we are going to move on to our brows. Let me put on a small segment of doing my brows. I'm using Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade dark brown, and now I'm going to just apply it onto one eyebrow in a very fast forward manner. I've done my brows off camera, and I think I'm got under weather because I'm getting that feeling that I'm feeling sick, but I'm going to fight that feeling. All right, so moving on to the eyes. At this stage, you can apply your eyeshadow or you can leave it blank like this, because I've already got the dark circles around my eyes. So I'm going to use the dark circles as an eyeshadow. You can apply your eyeshadows or you can just skip it like me. But I'm going to apply the liner because that's my favorite thing to do. I'm starting from the middle and I'm going to place it downwards, and when I reach at this point, I'm going to look straight into the mirror and create a straight line like this. See, it's that easy, right? And now I'm going to fill that gap over here and apply the liner onto the other half of my eyes. Sometimes when I don't use the liner, I feel like, naked, because liner is something that I've been doing it for like 20 years or something. So this is the liner that we have created, and now we are moving on to this side, starting from the middle, going downwards because my eyes are almond shaped, and when I reach over here at the end, I'm going to look straight and I'm going to draw the line straight like this and join the gap over here, right? And filling up the rest of the eyes like this. See, it's so damn easy. Moving on to the mascara, I'm using Huda Beauty Leaded Lashes mascara, and this is my old mascara, but I found it in my table. So now I'm going to finish this as well, along with my Maybelline Hyper Real mascara. I've got lots of products which I've completely forgotten about that they are in my vanity, and I keep using the products which are on my desk. Okay, anyway, this mascara is bomb.com, guys. Apply it onto the lower lashes as well, like this, and onto the side too. Looking at the minimalism of my makeup, I'm just going to apply Nykaa lip oil. It's a pH changing lip oil, and I use a lot in my videos. No lip liner, no lipstick, just the lip oil. So I'm just applying it onto my lips. I think lip oils are really good for your day-to-day makeup if you don't like lipsticks. I love lipsticks, okay? I absolutely love lipsticks, but I hate to apply the lip liner and the lipstick. This is like way too much steps for me. So that's it. One thing I like to tell you is that this is so leaky packaging, Nykaa. If you're hearing and if you're looking at my video, this packaging is very leaky, and this is the reason that I'm not using this lip oil in my purse. I'm not keeping it anywhere except for my desk because it is leaking from every single place. This is the makeup look that we have created. I have got lots of blush on my cheeks, but since I'm using the artificial lights as well as the ring light, it is flushing out. But let me tell you, this kind of makeup is perfectly good for your day-to-day wear, for the office or wherever you want to go. It's a very simple chic makeup look that you can wear. So utilize this method for your day-to-day wear makeup, and let me tell you guys, this is looking really good because you cannot see where the blush is starting, where the contour is starting, where the highlighter is starting, but it is looking bomb.com. Try this method at home with whatever available products you have. I've shown you the trick, I've shown you the technique. So let me know how it goes for you in my comment section. Please like, share, subscribe and do all that jazz, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.